Isaiah 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to the hopefully like men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth without sincerity. And also shalom to your very few sincere sisters that's taking heed and getting in order in these last days. I'm the brother Amma One coming at you with a video, Lord willing, is edifying, right? And just going into a vision that the Lord, showed me last night, well, this morning, right before work. I wasn't able to do a lesson on it because, once I got up, I was actually had to go to work, so I wasn't able to get around to it. But yeah, it's just, keep the faith, man. Right, hey, we at the door, right? At the door of all hell breaking loose. This wisdom and knowledge is gonna keep us stable. This wisdom and knowledge will keep us stable, man. Right, we've been prophesying about these things, and when these things shall come, right, we know how to handle these things, right? And these things, these trials and tribulations, going without food, going without water, right? Being inside a concentration camp, the MOTB. We know how to apply ourselves, man. So just keep that faith and understand the Lord is testing you out, right? Because after this is going to be our last test. And after that, we're going to be rulers, So just keep it strong, man. So going into this vision that I had, I'm going to play the audio because, that was the first thing I thought about when I woke up. I got to press the button. I got to record. I got to, remember this so when I wake up, I'll be able to do a lesson on it, So, I'm going to play the audio to it right quick. Okay.
Shalom. Call y'all outside. Man, I just had just a quick, dream the Lord allowed me to see, Jacob's trouble. Martial law. The scripture said they can come in like a flood. They most definitely did, and they came in real heavy. I was at the job site, in my field. I was at the client, spot, and we just started hearing these like heavy trucks just start rolling in, and then like the scene switched up to where I'm like by a highway in Akim or Aquaf. And I said they shut down them highways so fast, right? You seeing, you know how sometimes the dreams play on you, right? When I seen a limo tank, man, I seen a limo tank. They start getting on the intercoms in the tank as if like it was a police car. Directing people, like telling them to stop, it was fading out with like the words, but I remember it was another dude, it was informing a girl, and another dude, he was just saying, do not take nothing inside your body. Don't take nothing inside your body. They about to.
Hey, and I want to stop right there, because, and I can really remember the whole dream, exactly how, I recorded it, and yeah, and now like once I woke up and my brain actually got to thinking more, you starting to put a lot of things to it, man, and excuse me, I had opened up and I was just saying, man, to stay, vigilant and be rooted with this wisdom and knowledge because, hey, we're about to be tried, and that was the spirit that even inside the dream, I didn't have to tell the girl what the MOTB was, right? But another person spoke on it, and also just informing what's about to go down, because the scriptures talk about in the book of Revelation that some of you shall be cast into prison, Matter of fact, let me grab that right quick, and I'm gonna go back to the dream, to the video. Right. Well, first let me finish this off, Salakia, because this is what reminded me of it. This was really my thought while I was in the dream, was that few words when it said they shall come in like a flood, right? Because inside that dream at the time, it's like you see they were just rolling in. It was like, where the fuck is they coming from? Right. And that's like a flood, right? A flood, it just come rushing in. You know, it was rushing in, and like from all angles, man, to the point where like you wasn't able to flee. It wasn't no running. Right? But let me go back to that point in the book of Revelation. You know, because the dude said something that's very important, and this is what we also tell each other, right? And also to the newcomers as well, right? It's finna get real. Every brother's not going to be in the wilderness, right? Some of us going to be in the belly of the beast, you know? Could be in the concentration camps. Excuse me. Right? And we're finna be tried like no other. And I want to read this right quick in the NLT. Revelation 2 and verse 10. Don't be afraid what you're about to suffer, right? And I felt like that was what the man was telling the girl, because like, hey, you about to go in this concentration camp, you know? Hell, I was right beside him, so hey, I could have been going too, and we speak on these things to ourselves as well, right? This is what keeps us calm, right? Because you got to be calm in the heat of the battle, or you're gonna press the wrong thing, or you're gonna do the wrong thing, you know. That's why I said, hey, this wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability, right? You stable, you got control, right? It says, don't be afraid what you're about to suffer, right? You're about to suffer a lot, Akim, wa Akwaf, right? It says the devil will throw some of you into prison to test you, and that's what it's all about from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? Like I always go into, hey, remember that story of Job, man, right? Taking that hedge off, and he gonna let Job do his thing, you know. He gonna let Job do his. He gonna let Satan do his thing right through Esau, right, to test you, man. Right, getting down to the nitty gritty of his MOTV. That's why the dude said, "Hey, do not take nothing inside your body. Don't let them convince you to take nothing inside your body. Resist." Right. It says you will suffer 10 days, but if you remain faithful, even when facing death, I will give you the crown of life. Right, and that's what it's all about, right? Psalms 116 and 105. Right? No, I think it's 106 and 15. You know, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. 116 verse 15. Salakia. You know, it's the death of his saints, right? So, hey, we have to resist. You know. Let me go back to the audio.
Force it, you know, and I had like a little side time to myself, like a spur of the moment. And I'm just looking around like, cause shit has literally hit the fan. And I was like, bro, we is here. Call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Like, let's do this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was beautiful. Like, it was hell. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they was terrified. Like, it was terrified. It wasn't that many people I was seeing around, because I seen more so cars. But the reaction that I was getting from the small little crew that was beside me, around me, while, you know, the dream had shifted to where we was by like the bridge, well, by the highway. You know, but I'm seeing tanks. You know, I'm seeing when I say Esau coming in with Rav, you know, people was trying to flee in a certain way. Man, Esau done blew the fucking highway up. Like, it was like a certain bridge that people were trying to go, you know, because they were trying to detour around from where the tanks was coming in, you know, and Esau blew the fucking train up, man. I mean, he blew the highway. He blew that bridge. When I looked over, all you seen was cars, trucks. It was in flames. Like, it wasn't no coming back. It was down to the frame.
And I want to pause again, right? Because you know, that those are tactics as well. You know, because in that time period, right, people was trying to run, but this man got these tanks out, these trucks out, right? So therefore, he's trying to gather up people, you know. And once you didn't see this man and blew up a part of the bridge, that made folks just realize, like, you know what? Hell no, you ain't gotta blow me up. I'm gonna just stay put. I get out my car, I surrender, you know. Let me keep going.
You know, hey, and after that, you know, I just woke up and just to hit the button, man. Hey, we here, man. You know, we here. You know what I'm saying? That shit is up there when it comes to prophecies. It ain't no turning back. We ain't got too much longer, man. Hey, man, I'm finna take another nap, and hey, Lord willing, Lord, let me punch back in from where I was and get some more insight, man. So until then, hey, just keep your oil in your lamp, man. Just stay fired up, man. We here. Hey, Isaiah 33:6 is Ephesians chapter 6 and 10 on down, man. Shalom.
So Khan, excuse me, and that was just how it was, man. And like I said, it was this morning. Like I said, I woke up from it, and I probably had about 45 minutes left until it was time to actually get up. And I was just, hoping that, I could go back into the dream and see if the Lord was going to reveal some more to me, But, hey, like I said, Scripture says, Ephesians 6 and 10, having this whole armor, because we don't know where brothers are going to be at. Matter of fact, and let me grab that in the book of Revelation 12 and 12, because it was like a mixture of both of those scriptures together, Isaiah 59 and 19 and Revelation 12 and 12. And also on the ending of that Isaiah 59 and 19, it says, when the enemy shall come like a flood, he said he shall lift up a standard against him, right? Because like I said, hey, it can go one or two ways, right? It can go, I gotta go, right? You may have to go with these troops, right? Because you got to greet your adversary quickly if they was to catch you, but the Lord have it to the point where, you're cloaked, or the spiritual power may, tap in at that given moment, right? That you able to go against it, or he, like I said, he just cloak you to where you're seeing it, but they can't see you. Then, hey, man, it is what it is, right? He gonna lift up that standard, He gonna let you know, right? Excuse me. But it said when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him, man. Meaning, hey, he gonna pretty much protect you in that moment. 9 times 10, the Lord's not gonna have it to where they take you. Or you able to see, you're able to see the power in full effect. It's Revelation 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down to you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time, right? And it's beautiful that the Lord have, I was able to see something like this, because look at the heat of where we at right now. We're in the heat of the wars is brewing, and it's real heavy, right? Two major people, right? Two major pieces to this WW3, or has entered the battle. And to see like gas finna go up, oil finna go up, food finna go up, right? Now we're about to see the time of Jacob's trouble, all hell breaking loose, So that's why I was like, it was just beautiful. It was in the spirit. Shalaki, beautiful in the spirit, and it was just on timing, just to see like, damn, this shit finna get ugly, man. But yeah, Ephesians 6 and 10, I'll go to that right quick. Just putting on the whole armor, because it's gonna be a real bumpy ride. But that, hey, we've been studying for this test, Salakia. We've been studying for this test, so we got all what it takes to pass it, man. Right? So Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, right? And we know that wiles going to with the craftiness, right? Even inside the NLT, it says strategies, right? Hey, we're not entering with Satan devices like how the scripture says in 2 Corinthians 2:11, right? So we're not ignorant of it, right? We gonna literally be tried, you know. But hey, man, gold is tried in the fire, right? Acceptable man through the furnace of adversity, you know. So, Lord willing, this testimony, you know, vision, lesson was edifying and uplifting, right? I want to give out honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem or Kakadash. On to the next one, Shalom.